All right, we're calling this meeting to order. President Holly Drew is here. Secretary Mike Browning is here.
Here.
Vicki Dunn is not absent. Jesse Auer is here. Aaron Bogart here. Mark Urbanowski
Here.
and Tim Heitman is absent. All right.
Did you get it at 6:01?
Oh, sorry, yeah, 6:01. Call this meeting to order at 6:01. Okay, can everyone please stand for the invocation that night and let everyone.
Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we're thankful for this day. We're thankful for just the many blessings that we have in our lives, for our health. I pray that you would just, Lord, give us wisdom and guidance and direction this evening. Keep us safe as we travel to our separate homes afterwards. And everything we do and say, let us do it in love, grace, and humility. In Jesus' name, amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Do we have any community announcements? We have the Peanut Festival that will be held at Veterans Park on Saturday, October 5th. Anybody else have anything?
Well, there was a trunk or treat that they announced today, but I don't know the date.
Okay, who's doing that? The library?
Food spectacular,
The-
food spectacular or something.
It's at the end of October, maybe the 28th, something like that.
You'll be able to announce it at your next meeting.
Okay.
Oh, and when's the night out?
National Night Out is the first.
That
It's the first
Tuesday?
Tuesday of
October.
So that's the first.
And then there's also a bingo
No,
night.
it's the second, October 2nd.
Tuesday's the first, actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because I'm leaving that day to go to.
At the Spring Hill food truck venue, they're gonna do a bingo night. And they have enough for 6 rounds of bingo.
Oh, and don't forget, everybody's invited to, dedication and ribbon cutting for the new council chamber. 26th at 5:00.
The bingo night is Sunday, September 29th from 5 to 7 at the Spring Hill food truck place.
You should have all received an invitation.
Email or mail?
Email.
Just
I
an
don't-
email, I think.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got an email for it.
From Riley. Okay, good. Riley.
What, ribbon cutting?
All right. Anybody else have any other announcements? That was a lot. We have a lot going on.
We want to talk now about mural,
The mural.
if we're gonna do any kind of ceremony in the morning of the Peanut Festival. or not.
That's not on the agenda to
Well, I meant-
discuss.
I meant
Oh, in
for-
terms
for
of
the- For community investment.
well, we will have her start
Yeah, with
on that
coffee.
morning, but, as far as a ceremony, there's not been anything set. She actually asked if she could come on Friday to start, so she'll have a little bit ahead of time, so we can certainly, the subcommittee can talk about maybe an idea through email. So,
Okay, cool.
Okay,
All right, so we'll
Robbie.
add that, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, citizen input. Are there any citizens present who wish to address the board? Moving on to consent items. Approve minutes of the August 13th, 2024 MDD board and August 26th, 2024 special meeting. And approve the July 2024 financial report. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So
So I have a quick question. I wasn't at a special meeting. Everybody's good with those meeting minutes?
yes.
Okay, I have a motion by Mike. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion by Mike, second by Jesse. All those in favor? All right. The consent agenda passes 5-0. Moving on to new business. Consideration and action on a limited engagement letter with Nestor Ford. Y'all all received that in your email. Does anyone have any questions on this limited engagement letter? there's no questions, I call for a motion to approve the limited engagement letter with Messer Ford.
So moved.
Fort, sorry.
Ford, sorry, I'm sorry. I have a motion by Jesse. And a second by Aaron. All those in favor? Okay, motion passes 5-0. So now. We are going to move into executive session. In accordance with the Texas Government Code, section 551.001 ET, the board will recess into executive session to discuss the following. Section 551.071, consultation with attorney regarding Grand Prairie versus State SB 2038 litigation.
Are you also going to do executive for the grant application?
No, we'll come back.
So I'll move that we move into executive session at 6:07 PM.
Okay, the second. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, all those in favor? Motion passes 5-0.
Yeah.
Convenience is executive session 5-0.
Stop the recording.
Does she have to, you already read your part, okay.
All right.
Oh, it's off camera.
The Aubrey MDD board is now reconvened into open session. Do I have a motion to authorize joining the Senate Bill 2038 litigation?
Is there, you're attaching no dollars to that, right? Okay, so moved. I'll second.
I have a motion by Jesse, a second by Mark. All those in favor? All right, motion passes 5-0. All right, we will now hold a public hearing.
Okay, let's let our, I need to
Okay.
let our,
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Nick,
you
you
very
come in?
much for being here.
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, sorry, I was being.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, we've never met in person. Are you?
That's it.
You're good.
Oh, at the top of 6.
Oh, fantastic.
Thanks
Oh, 300
for coming. We appreciate
Hey,
it.
thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Well, Lisa, we'll start just topping.
thank you. And
Thank you.
Mitt will be coming in just a minute, so we can wait for our guests to come in before we move to the next item.
We'll call and start discussing it, and then when they get here, we can let them do their presentation.
Oh, I can, sure, I can start explaining. He's just out in the car.
Oh, literally.
Yeah, he's literally out in the car and I told him you can come in now.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you meant like here, or like
Yeah, no, he's,
stuck in traffic here.
yeah, no, he got here at 6:30 and was out in the car.
I have one minor question.
Hi, Mitt.
Good, how are you?
Good.
Okay, so, I'm gonna, you can have a seat.
See there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to open your PowerPoint. I'll wait for Charles to get back in for just a second. I don't think this thing is on a timer and I don't know why, and it's not letting me go back. So let's stop it. Okay. All right. So we have a grant that has been submitted for 202. Oh, you need to call the public hearing first, sorry. I'll shut up.
All right, we'll hold a public hearing, consider and take action for a grant, targeted improvement grant application at 202B South Main Street. Christine will give a presentation for the grant application and the applicants will be able to answer any questions that we might.
What time we open a public hearing?
It says after the presentation.
Right. So we have a grant applicant here, Mit Patel, is with Dos Mezclas. Am I saying that right? Okay, so I've been saying it enough lately that I finally got it down. So we have had a lot of discussions and a couple of meetings with city staff over in permitting as well, just for an initial review and pre-construction. Mitt was kind enough to come to us and bring back some more detailed drawings that would help us with reviewing the grant and help his city review process too. So we are being asked to fund up to 30,000 plus some extra dollars there for 33,246.55. This grant does meet all the requirements of our policy, as well as they've submitted all of their paperwork and required submissions. I don't have all of those in your packet, but if you need to see them, I do have them on my computer. I just don't want to share it all out in public right now.
They were all in the folder.
Yeah, they were all in your folder that I did share. Thank you. We do have a condition that we may need to consider for this grant, should you all decide to approve it and want to include this, but the existing grease trap is in the building. However, it may have some conditions that require it to be replaced. So based on final review and decision from the city on the new grease trap, we don't have that included in this grant. However, depending on the type of grease trap, it could cost anywhere from $6,000 to $15,000. So your approvals, our staff recommendation is to approve the conditions. And I did give you all a recommended motion should you decide to, after the presentation, should you decide to fund and what you want to fund. So just wanted you all to know that's why you don't see it in your application.
Thank you.
So I'm going to go through the presentation that Mitt and I put together for you all to see and review the pictures and all of the improvements. And then Mitt will be able to explain a little more and answer some of your questions, because I am sure after you see some of this, you'll have more questions. So as you can see, there's a new vent hood being requested, kitchen floors, the tile, the fiber reinforced plastic on the wall coverings, a new gas line, dining room floor, sanding, refinishing concrete, plumbing. All those details are lined out there for you. Electrical, frame and install, new partition walls near the bathroom, just so that there's a separation between the service area. Power washing and paint outside of facade that will be the same colors. I'll show you pictures here in a moment. Some demolition and then potentially the grease trap. So, and you can see there the total cost of investments for this project from our applicant. We have kitchen improvements, as I mentioned, those FRP walls and the vent hood with fire suppression. Oh, I really need one of those little mouse clicky things. We have the ceiling will be primed and repainted, flooring will change to tile, and then there will be plumbing line extensions going out into the dining room as from there as well for the bar service. We have a dining room with bathroom improvements. The bathroom wall would be the improvement for that. New light fixtures and fans, electrical outlets and wiring for all of that, mini splits, TVs, cameras. So full service bar will be added and built, but that's going to have the plumbing lines to it. Seating for approximately 80, that again will be determined once they're all reviewed. We have concrete sanding and refinishing on the floor, walls between bathrooms, dining room, wall brick repairs, refinishing. The photos for sample only. You notice that little gray wall at the bottom. That's just what their artist kind of put together for them. That gray wall is not there and it won't be added. Ceiling, prime and paint, and bathroom repainting.
That's great. Thank you for that picture. That looks awesome.
Yeah. And so it has a rustic interior design. The walls will be the original brick and partition wall at the entry. You can see there on the left. That's going to be there to kind of help with keeping some of the outside air from coming in and hopefully mitigate some of that escape of heat and cold. And there will be a kind of faux application or brick application to match the walls and texture.
Sorry, is there interior door at that entry or just the wall?
Is it vestibule or
Is there a door each side?
Yeah, there's gonna be a door inside too.
Yes.
To block the air coming in.
Yes, and you can kind of see it in that drawing. Y'all got those detailed drawings. And then we have a power wash the front, repaint the front facade. They're going to do the same colors paint the front door, and then repair some of those flower boxes and planters will be
So
repaired.
that's the main outside door, and there's gonna be door inside where we build that, 6x6 box.
That'll be.
Yeah. And so as you can see, the project will be, have restaurant that's open for lunch, dinner and weekend hours, filling a void in Aubrey's downtown dining options. It will be an estimated up to 70 to 80 guests at full capacity. Estimate hiring of minimum of 10 to 15 employees upon opening. Plan to have a soft opening in December 24 pending permits and completion of construction. Because if the permits take a little bit to get completed, that could delay a little bit of the start on the construction schedule. Sales will increase sales tax income for city and ETJ, and additional foot traffic will enhance sales opportunities for adjacent businesses. So, that is the presentation.
Very nice.
I do, if you have any questions and want me to go back to any photos or any other part of the application that you need me to bring up on the screen, just let me know. But Mitt is going to, I want to let him introduce himself and his background. He is the husband of the woman who will be running the restaurant. His wife is overseas in the military right now, finishing a tour over there, and she'll be back. And her father is a restaurateur. So he actually has his father-in-law has a lot of experience, her father. So I'm gonna let him explain their story and reason for.
He'll be joining us in a few minutes.
Okay. Yes, I'm sure he'll have some good answers for other difficult questions that may come up.
Do you want me to go through like any plans, that we have on the file?
Mitt, I did, oh, go ahead, sorry, I was gonna ask him to go
Tell us a
through
little
the
bit about your
photos.
background. So y'all already have restaurants, right?
Yeah, so my wife's father, like basically my father-in-law, he already runs successful 3 restaurants. He owns them. One is in Commerce downtown, one is in Greenville downtown, and one is in Bonham downtown. And they all 3 are Tex-Mex, serving authentic Mexican food, South American Latin cuisine. With this restaurant, I'm bringing his experience with my wife's experience as well, because all 3 restaurants, whenever he started it, my wife was there to run those restaurants with them. And a lot, it's gonna be the same for this one as well. I'm just the back end, doing all the paperwork, getting all the finances all together, putting it together while she is deployed. Whenever she comes back, she's gonna be the face of the restaurant. She's gonna be the one running it, because she has got all the experience managing the restaurant, running the restaurant. Of course, with the guidance of my father-in-law. And with this one, we are twisting a little bit, bringing something new. It's not gonna be just Mexican cuisine. It's not gonna be just Latin cuisine. It's gonna be a fusion of Latin and Indian cuisine as well. Because and that's the reason why we named the restaurant as Dos Mezclas. Dos means 2, mezclas means mixtures, and that's why the name 2 mixtures, Dos Mezclas, of 2 different cuisines.
Very cool.
And we keeping the authenticity of the Mexican food, but we bringing just the fusion of Indian taste with changing the sauces and putting some different items on the menu, which gives more vegetarian options as well for the people. And we are planning to open by December, if let's say everything goes well, yeah, perfect, in the perfect world, it will be opening in December. And it's gonna be soft opening again, because we want to see how the feedback is gonna be, how the response is gonna be of the city. And then we will plan to have within 2 or 3 months, grand opening for that. It's also gonna have a full service bar, and so I would say come and enjoy the drinks. It's
Yeah,
gonna be-
that's awesome.
You don't know how many
Yeah,
people are
it's
waiting for that.
I know, the fact that you have a bar, I'm very proud.
You may not need food for a while. That's a joke.
Maybe I'll host a chamber with.
Yeah.
We'll help you with that software.
We
So,
have another gentleman coming.
oh,
Oh,
that's,
yeah.
okay, great, he's here.
Come on in.
Oh, yay, we have, okay.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Thanks, right, we're good.
So, yes, this is, Mitt's father-in-law. I'll let you introduce yourself, and Mitt kind of gave the background of where the concept came from, but we'd love to hear more about your experience with your other restaurants.
Just one more
Oh,
thing
yes.
I would like to add, is the backbone. He drives all the way over here from 2 hours from Commerce
Thank you
every
so much
time
for
I
being
need
here.
him, so thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. My name is Jose Parra. Well, sorry, yeah, it was a long way over here. My wife came with me and yeah, try to support him. Well, the concept that he's working, because basically what you can see there is very nice, but he tried to take some of the ideas that we have in the other restaurants, the one in Bonham and the other one in Greenville, but also like everything that you're gonna see there is what we have in Bonham. And well, we try to, I don't know, help them in everything that they need, especially with the processing, because right now we are doing our make a central kitchen, so we try to have the same flavors everywhere in the over the location. So our goal is try to make this as successful as possible. He's doing very well.
Awesome,
Yeah.
good job, good job.
That's what I say.
So the cities you're in are smaller, are you downtown and all?
Yes,
Yes.
yes. Why? This was a nice experience that I had in Camden, Arkansas. We had in a very good location in one of the main streets. We had to pay a lot of rent, but we decided to have a small spot in downtown. And believe me, that one was having more sales than the other one, and it was more profitable.
Yeah.
So that's, I ran into that experience. It probably is there to go in that way, don't spend that much money to make it work. So that is the moment I decided to go for downtown.
And it was his suggestion, to look into downtown, because I was looking at the 380 as all the businesses were there, the
Yeah.
construction was there. But he told me that with his experience, that it would be good to target downtown, so.
Awesome.
How did you find this opportunity?
This one, this.
Well,
I
they came,
called-
I think y'all came to the city first. You
Yeah.
came over here and we met, cause I think y'all just showed up at my doorstep. When
I guess,
you were,
yeah.
they were looking at,
Yeah.
they were looking at, we've been talking a long time, so they came into July, beginning August, they were looking at moms, they were asking about moms, so they sent them from City Hall over here. We sat down and I explained the costs. And so I said, there are a couple other places downtown that you may want to consider. And then, they looked at the lot, that they were interested in the lot mostly, and then that's how they came across,
And
Aaron and
actually,
Ruby Cakes.
Aaron's number, my wife found you online, sitting in Kuwait over there.
Oh, really?
Calling Aaron, I was like, okay, let me call her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just getting around this.
Yeah.
Her name's been like.
Flying
all over
today.
Today,
Yeah.
yeah. Name drop Aaron's mom.
A
And,
lot of applause.
yeah,
I know she did.
That was just uncalled for. I was like, if they keep this up, they're gonna invoice me for sponsorship.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, you guys do that, right?
yeah.
He's
For
on
the chamber?
He's on the chamber board, so.
No.
You heard her. She-
I would think so.
I hope you think so.
But the phone call led to, I think, for your intentions, you know, that led to a lot of the, advertising, and so knowing that there was.
The building next door, yeah.
One thing led to another, and kind of was back to Christine to
Right.
see what was manageable.
And so I want to give credit to Mitt and to Jose. They have been meeting, coming back and forth, and they've been very diligent in getting the details down. When we first saw the plans, it was, just a rough draft,
Yeah.
and we directed them for more detail, and they took the direction very well, got a lot more detail to us than we ever expected. So that process has been easy for reviewing, and we know that there's just still a lot more to come when it comes to the reviews and all of those things. But Jose is very familiar with grants from other cities. He's done these grants in other cities, so he was definitely familiar with the process and has been mentoring Mitt through it. To Mitt's credit, he is doing all this paperwork, and his
Good
wife is
job.
overseas, and she'll be the one running. He has a full-time job, by the way.
Oh, man.
So I'm just
I'm
really.
I see.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I don't have any experience with restaurant, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
but I'm just working through it with his help.
Yes, but he is a devoted husband who's been doing the paperwork so she can come back to a restaurant that's gonna be hopefully ready to go. So, it's been a really delightful process for me. I really appreciate y'all's, understanding and patience with the process and also just coming back with what we needed. And so I want to commend you for that, because it's not easy to always go through these processes and all these extra steps. So, I did think if y'all had any questions on the decor, any specifics, again, Mitt and I were talking about, this is, design ideas, but some things may, get adjusted inside once they're in there. But if y'all have any other questions for Mitt, or Jose, that would be.
Yes,
Restaurants you have?
Dos Barrios in Commerce, Don Toro in Rainbow, and Don Toro in Bonner.
I get out that way several times, so.
Now
Oh,
you gotta
yeah,
go
it's
there.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't say it, we need a field trip.
Let's go volley.
Well, yeah.
So I just want to make sure I understand. So you're doing the paperwork behind the scenes to get it up and get the grounds, and you guys provided the direction, and your wife is going to be the general manager of the restaurant.
Yeah.
And she's deployed now in the military, but is she scheduled to be?
She's scheduled to be back in November.
In November?
Yeah.
Okay. Will that kind of ends her term? Is she gonna go back and?
No, that's her only deployment because she's in reserves. So in one contract period term, she only has to go international trip one time. So,
Okay.
and her contract ends in 2026, but this is the only international deployment she's gonna have. After this, it's just gonna be the 4-month days over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she has experience as restaurant as well, or
Yeah.
just?
She does, and very well.
You
No, she-
tenure well, huh?
Well, he learned it. I mean, we opened the restaurant and she was coming since she was 17. And she did very good. I mean, she helped me opening the restaurant in Bonn. And she was running it, and even my wife had surgery one time and she was running for herself.
Oh, wow.
basically. Yeah,
Awesome.
so almost 3 months she was doing for herself everything, so she did very well.
Did you guys live here in Aubrey or?
Yeah, I just moved we bought a house in February in Silverado.
Silverado.
Yeah, high country.
No. Yes,
We're in
seeing-
Century.
we're actually seeing a lot of businesses come out of Silverado, potential businesses or just businesses interested in the Aubrey area that may have home offices, but it's a very active neighborhood for Aubrey, so they consider us their base. It's awesome. Are there any other questions? Okay.
No question?
I didn't
Any
hear that
questions?
there's an
Still
Indian
wants to have
player.
that second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear that there's an Indian fusion
Yeah, it's gonna
player
be-
to the conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
We
That
have
would
a
be very-
few,
yeah.
we have a few fairly close.
But that's the
next
second
up.
step.
Huh?
I mean, that's the second step, but he gonna start with some, I mean, he has very good ideas, I mean, he gonna have the same meal that we have. But he gonna add 2 key ingredients of the Indian cuisine, which is gonna make a big difference. Probably I'm gonna ask later if I can. Just try it, because, yeah, I mean, it sounds great.
And just as a reminder, they were planning and zoning approved the SUP last Thursday. They'll go forward for their SUP next Thursday at council. And so they've started that process and
SUP is
The
a
rest-
special use permit
Yes.
for.
for the alcohol.
Yeah, okay.
So once they get that, then they can apply for TABC, so.
Does that take, what's the turnaround time on those licenses usually for that?
Depends on TABC. It can take 3 months, it can take 2 months. It just really is up to
But
TABC.
not as bad as tech stop.
Oh, right. So,
There you go.
well, what we'll do is go into executive session, which is closed meeting, so y'all will have to step back outside. You're welcome to stay and wait in your car if you don't want to. I can call you afterwards, Nick, or text you and let you know the decision. And then we can talk a little bit more, or,
Oh, wait, hold on, we forgot you.
uh,
We will open a public hearing
yes.
at
Okay,
this time
let me see if anyone is on
at six
the
57.
recording or in the waiting room. Okay, I don't have anyone in the waiting room on the call, so.
Does anyone from the public have any comments or questions for our applicant? we will close the public hearing at 6:57.
Is that when you open?
Yeah.
When was it open?
6:57.
Do I need it, leave it open for a longer time? Okay,
It's really just checking off the box that you did.
perfect. Does any board have any other questions for the minute?
Not this one.
All right. Do I have a motion?
Do you need to call the section first, or do you, can I have that motion?
So she's gonna need to call for executive session, yes, and then put the section number and everything together.
All right.
Okay, so there's no question, any further questions for the grant recipient or grant applicants?
Are we gonna wait? Yeah, yeah, I'll come out.
All right, do I have a motion to move into executive session? In accordance-
Okay.
Executive session. in accordance
Need this
with
down.
Oh,
Section 551.001, the board will recess into executive session, close meeting to discuss the following. Section 551.087, deliberation regarding economic development negotiations. Number 1, grant applications for 202B South Main Street. Do I have any motion?
So did you get the 30 on the clock? It's listed that way, right?
No, it's only for the economic development negotiation. So it covers all of it.
That's why. On this page.
No.
The early seven.
Yeah.
That's under early seven.
Yeah, I know, so this is attorney, so I was asking.
Right, we already did the 2 items for
Okay.
attorney. So we're only on the grant application, everything else is covered.
Okay,
Make a motion to go to executive session.
can you list the time? 6.
At 6:59 p.m.
I have a motion by Aaron,
I'll second.
I have a second by Mark. All those in favor? Motion passes 5-0. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll just wait, I'm sorry.
Okay, and I'll let you know, I'm gonna. Somebody want to see if they're outside, want to come back in, or? Thank you.
All right, Aubrey MD is now reconvened into open session. All right, do I have a motion on the grant application? No. For 202B South Main Street?
Make a motion that we approve the grant price not to exceed $30,000 for our policies.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, I have a motion by Jesse, and second by Mark. All those in favor? Okay,
I do.
you do?
Yeah.
All those opposed? Okay. I guess motion passes 3-2. Which is Holly Drew and Aaron Bogart opposed. Do I have any future agenda request items? Anything? Nothing? Nobody? Got nothing?
Next, I think on the next agenda, we'll have.
Include your staff reports in the folder for y'all.
And then anything on building committee or zero committee? I don't know.
Not-
I don't know
not
if I have something, but.
I know-
Bring for next time.
Yeah, the agenda for the building subcommittee.
Yeah, so I was asking if it was one from the previous.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll have.
Can I- Y'all were walking in when the motion was to approve your grant up to $30,000, the max, and, so that's your
Good.
grant. Yeah, sorry, I'm just like, my brain went.
Thank you so much.
I know they were waiting to hear what we were talking about.
We
Thank y'all.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for all
We
the stuff you
appreciate
brought
that coming to Aubrey. I look forward to helping and working.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Thank you so
thank
much.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right,
We'll be in touch.
Yeah.
anything else? Do I have subcommittee, building committee?
We can do it.
All right, do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 7:21 PM.
I'll second the motion.
All right, I have a motion by Jesse and second by Mike, all those in favor? All right. We are adjourned, 5-0. 21.
Okay. Stop.